So I'm in an apartment here. We're going to try and sell this privately rather than through an estate agent. And the reason being is that, in my opinion, consumers, which is to say property buyers in this instance, no longer buy property through the estate agent necessarily using their skill sets. And, you know, all they would tend to do now is go on Rightmove predominantly, or Zoopla and On the Market and similar secondary portals like that. Have a look, ring the agent, and then arrange a viewing. But what skill is there as an estate agent that I can't do, or somebody in our company can't do? So yes, if I were to pay an estate agent, you know, a couple of grand in fees or whatever to sell this thing, would I make more money than if I were going to sell it myself and save that £2,000? I don't know if I would. So I've come up here to take a video. There is a website online that I found this morning called quicklister.co.uk or .com, and I've got to upload a video and pictures and all the details. And as soon as that's done, the details, I use ChatGPT, so it's not really, I haven't spent much time doing it, to be honest. As soon as that's done, it'll be on Rightmove and Zoopla, and in my opinion, I'm probably going to be able to sell this for at least the same money, because I believe I can negotiate better than a lot of estate agents anyway, and save on the fees. So I'll let you know how that goes. It could be a big mistake, and I might not be able to get what those guys can get for me, but if you don't try, you're never going to know. Out in the cold with my best mate here. Blessed to have some of these views. And I have just, I believe, listed my first private listing on Rightmove and Zoopla using a company called Quicklister. And it's probably been much easier than I actually thought it was going to be. So let me just show you the website. So this is all new to me, and I ain't much of a techie, but I've just added the one property in there. It's simple as this, to sell something. Obviously you can do lettings as well. List the property for sale. I chose this middle one to get it on Rightmove and Zoopla. You can just get it on Zoopla here for 3 months. Premium listing as well. How much is that? $289. Okay, that's interesting. You can also add a floor plan for sale board, photography, and EPC. I didn't need to do those things, but you know, you could add that on. And then you just put the address in, blah, 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 all that stuff. Bedrooms, bathrooms. You write in your description. I literally just put in on ChatGPT here. Can you write me a property advert to sell my 2-bedroom apartment? It's in a desirable area in Sedgley, West Midlands. It would be a very good first-time buyer, give an excellent return on investment if bought by an investor. Literally wrote that out for me. I copied and pasted that into the property description. Added a few images that I already had. I am going to add a video later on to that. I'm just going to walk around the apartment and, you know, show the best bits of it. Add the EPC in. Floor plan if you got one. We haven't got one. And then continue. Job done. Took me probably, if I actually knew what I was doing, it probably took me 10 minutes, but I had to fiddle about with some stuff. And it probably took me about half an hour all in. 169 quid to get something on Rightmove. Hopefully it'll be worth every penny. I've literally just clicked on the link here, Rightmove and Zoopla. I've clicked on the Rightmove link. It's already up. That was within minutes. So it's already on Rightmove there. Description's done. All the information there. So look at the Zoopla. Just added, yep. Leasehold, yep. Fantastic. Highly recommended. Quicklister Pro. I thought it was a little bit harsh earlier with estate agents. I've got to be honest, I've been in this game for around 10 years now, and I think the standard of estate agency is actually decreased. I find it very frustrating that they don't do what they, in my opinion, should be doing, in the sense of actually working the phones and being proactive rather than just being reactive. And a lot of them now are merely pushing people to like online auctions, which I understand why, because they get paid quicker and it's more efficient for them. I understand, but they also, in my opinion, don't need to be as good at their job anymore, because they rely on these third-party auction platforms such as I Am Sold, to do the vast majority of the work for them. So I know a couple of very good agents locally. I don't necessarily know anything outside of this area particularly well, but a good agent stands out head and shoulders above the average. And I suppose that's in any walk of life. The best of the best go to the top, right? The cream of the crop. But I think the whole estate agency model needs to change. Everything needs to become much more seamless, a lot less cumbersome. And I appreciate they've got to do the AML checks and everything nowadays because of legislation and whatever. But old systems and processes do not work in a modern technological age, and that's what, in my opinion, estate agents and solicitors they do. Both of them. They're still stuck in the 90s, while we've got the technology to be able to really advance what goes on. I mean, why do property sales take at least 3 months, more like 6 months? How does that happen? And I know a lot of it again is like banks and lenders and their solicitors asking loads of questions. But there's no need for it to take that long anymore. I know there's a couple of agents out there. There's one called Singer Vale, which is a national agency, and they do everything on the blockchain now. So everything's uploaded onto their website, including title register, the title plan. It's a bit like an auction, but it's not like bidding. So you make an offer and then the seller accepts it or doesn't accept it. Then upon acceptance, they've already got all the documentation, so the sale can be done quickly. You exchange immediately if that's part and parcel of the deal. And to me, that's much better and more efficient. And that's the way we need to be moving in a more retail, not retail units, retailers in the everyday mom and dad moving house. We need to be able to do that quicker, more efficient. Because there's no excuse with the level of technology we've got. Simply putting it on a third-party platform like I Am Sold, for example, doesn't cut the mustard. It's not good enough. It encourages laziness. So that's my little rant about estate agency. I just think the industry needs to hold itself to higher standards.